Okay, it's recording at 1280 by 1024. Pretty much 6 frames a second. Brighten this up a little bit. White balance on. Gain up a little bit. I'm going to change the power line frequency to 60 hertz. Gamma. We got it at 165 right now. Okay, now let me try to move this thing around in practice, as I'm going to lose the moon here in a minute. Okay, I've got to hit enter, and then let me do a survey of the moon right now for you. Going over to the shadow line. I'm going to work my way up the shadow line if I can. That's really some spectacular imagery right there. Now I'm going to go down. See how it wants to go to the left there? There. I'm trying to learn this control. You can tell though with this camera, look at that image right there. That you can actually see the boulders on the moon. Now the camera's steady, the wind's not blowing, the wind's starting to blow. You can tell when the wind blows on this image. See how it just kind of moves around real quick like? See it? That's wind. It's not the porch. I'm not walking on the porch, I'm sitting still. I think that it would affect the camera if it was sitting outside on cement. If the wind was blowing, it's just gonna do that. So I don't think there's a disadvantage to here. It's just it is windier up here. Well, those weren't boulders. If you look close, they're little craters. You can see, actually, but it looks like that's a mountain with a mountain with a hole in it. Okay, let's continue our little tour. Unfortunately, the wind's picking up. It's going to start being hard to do this because don't have very much moon tonight, guys. I'm just trying to learn how to do this. And there, And see, I'm not really familiar enough with this camera to know whether I have it on right now. That might be the top or the bottom of the moon. I'm not sure. Let's go out just a little bit on the edge. Usually the most interesting part is the shadow line. Let's see if we can, this is just a, look at all the little craters. You can see the little craters. It's really a fantastic image. My enemy right now again is the wind, and you can see it. I think it would blow any telescope. But look at the detail. Look how this is going to be this is a good camera. Mike and I stocked up on those cameras. We found a source. I found a source in China, and we both ordered our first one from Think Geek. Then I ordered another one, a spare from China, and he ordered 3. So I mean, he's got, they're $54 a piece. I'm just trying to go up on the outside of the edge of the moon if I can do it, if I'm using this hand control correctly. And I think it's working pretty good. I'm going to try to go up the outside edge of the moon before I lose the moon. Let's just take a dip over here. Whoops, wrong way. And look at that crater. Those craters. Go back over to the edge and continue going up. And again, you can look at this video and clearly see what I'm doing with when the wind blows. You can see it kind of move. You can, there's a certain amount of heat. You can see the surreality. On a very calm night where there's no movement at all, you'll see the what will appear to be wave patterns. Okay, now I want to go down. And go down along the edge of the shadow line. Every night you come out during the month, it's kind of like an adventure, because the shadow line changes every night. And the shadow line has a tendency to, so you can tell that's the wind blowing, the way it's shaking on the screen. It's not the wave heat thing, it's not the vibration on the porch, it's just the wind blowing up against that telescope. Uh, you can see the craters real clear. This is going to be a good scope. And this is without a Barlow. This is just a regular camera on there, and it's a very good quality image. I was watching Henning's footage. He's got a 4.5 inch scope, and this one here is a 8 inch, and you can tell the difference. Continue to go. I'm practicing moving the camera. Again, I'm practicing with the hand control. Eventually I'm going to have it all electronic, but I need to learn how to do it with the hand control first. That's what I'm going to decided that that's what I'm going to do. Go back over here to the shadow line. Shadow line hits the peaks, the craters, and casts shadows. They're really elongated, and brings out, has a tendency to bring out the details of those things that are along the shadow that particular night. Because I stabilized the camera with the solar alignment, or I aligned it with the solar alignment. If I just sat there and I'm not doing anything with the control, it should track pretty well right on that, and it's doing it. And I'm not having to adjust very much at all. See what you do, you find an interesting structure just like I did there, and I'm going to try to take this and probably extract an AVI set of files from this particular sequence of video, and then I'll run it through and it'll give me an enhanced picture of it. There's that structure right there. It's at the 6 o'clock position, a little up, and it looks like I don't know what it is. It's kind of weird. I'll probably take this video and make it available for Mike so that he can watch it, because we're both kind of learning. And it'd be kind of good to see how the video turns out in high resolution. This is the highest resolution that you can record with a Pew. Oh, there's that mountain again. Isn't that weird? And they kind of look like boulders, but they're not. They're, you know what they might be. Henning, he keeps calling them well, for a while he called them UFOs, but what he calls them now, he calls them little mounds instead of craters. They don't, and these look like they protrude from the ground. They look like I'm sure that they're craters. The one on the far right bottom looks like kind of like a crater, and it could all be just a shadow, but they really are kind of weird. It's a kind of weird looking picture right there. I might try to enhance that one too, especially that mountain with a hole in it. That's a that's a that's a that's a base, no doubt about it. One thing, it's windy and the thing jumps around every once in a while, but this is real TV, guys. You can just watch what I'm looking at. It's just the way it is. Uh, and it's quite strange that I'm just doing a kind of a pass at the moon. It's kind of what I want to do every night. The advantage of the breeze, it keeps it kind of cool. It's kind of nice out here right now. But the disadvantage is it buffets the telescope every once in a while. You can see those craters with the little thing right smack dab in the middle. That's got to be some kind of a alien base up there or something. Maybe they're used to park their flying saucers in that hole or something. I don't know. Well, I still have this moon, so let's. I'm going to take this entire video with the wind buffeting and everything, and I'm going to post it in high definition on YouTube. Not for public consumption, but for Mike and I's consumption. Again, this camera is the Chinese camera. I manually focused everything. I did my best on the adjustments. You can see the color. You can definitely. I tell you, I want to go down. I saw something. That's the other thing. When you see something you want to get, it's hard to extract yourself from it because of the. See, there's something in the dark there, the top of a crater or something. Mike is better at the control. I got impatient last night when I was over at Mike's, and see, I saw right there. I'll just leave it hover right there. See how it changes, and you got that big crater at the top on the right. Then you have it kind of, the color kind of just gradually changes back down towards the left. I mean, isn't that? And I haven't changed the color. I mean, this is natural color you're looking at right here. I find that fascinating. Okay. Yeah, let's go back to our survey. See, look, let me see if I can put it in the center. Look at that very strange thing in the middle. See how it looks like a crater, but there's something right there in the middle of it, and then it's got that long kind of arm that comes down. I think those craters with the little things in the middle are like tires and things, and those are bases. Those are alien bases up there on the moon. That's exactly what they are. Okay, let's continue our survey. I'm getting better at the control now. Oh, look right there in the bottom edge. Let me see if I can bring it in. See, I go the wrong way. There's a blinking light. It's probably from an alien up there. If you look close there, I mean, some of that is just the light coming in on the edge of those craters and then reflecting out. But sometimes it I don't know, this is going to be some interesting stuff to kind of to look at all this stuff with this telescope. It's kind of like high adventure. And I'll be anxious to watch this on YouTube to see. I might even post, I don't know. I'm going to post it on YouTube unlisted, and only people that I give the secret to will be able to see it. But keep in mind, if you watch this thing, this is the first time I ever did this in my life. I did it over at Mike's with another camera that I kind of put together. This is the first time I ever did anything on my telescope. Let's see if I can change directions again. See, I can make it go left and right, but then when I want to deliberately go down, it's kind of like the motors have got gear down, because they're already, there's probably interplay there on the motors, and you have to learn how to do it. I wanted to go down. When I'm doing this, guys, I'm really trying to look at the moon. Got a little wind in there. And look for unusual things. Revelation says keep your eyes on the heavens, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. See down there at the 6 o'clock position, a little up, kind of like spikes pointing up. I know they're not spikes. I don't know what they are, but they just caught my eye. Now, see, today I really did fiddle with that stacker program. We've got two of them, Reggie Stack and AVI Stack 2, Reggie Stack 6, and I learned how to use both of them. And what you can do is you can take a picture like this. It's just, you know, sitting there, and I run it through Visual Studio, and I'll clip out that segment, that particular segment. I mean, it might be a minute, might be 2 minutes long, and then I'll save it as an uncompressed AVI file. And then I'll read those directly into the programs. AVI Stack 2 actually can stack it without anything. It takes a long time, but if you take all their preset parameters, you don't have to do anything. I like Reggie Stack better because it gives you hands-on control to manipulate and to make it better. And then when you're done, you roll it into Photoshop to kind of balance the the contrast and things like that. Now, I don't know. To me, this is fascinating. Look there, guys, on the left at the 7 o'clock position. We got another damn UFO base up there. A bunch of aliens up there. See that little dot in the middle? That's a alien-built object. It's man-made, as it were. It's something. It might be man-made. I think we got bases on the moon and Mars. There's no doubt about it. And one of these days, I'm going to be up there looking like this, and I'm going to see a UFO take off from the surface, and it's going to blow you away. Now you figure with this image, this is getting pretty close, guys. This really is. But with the Barlow, I should be able to get twice as close. Now on my porch, the way the moon goes, I'm going down again, but I'm going to lose this video feed in a minute because the moon is trying to hide from me on the over the edge of my house. Mike could probably see it over there. He lives across the street from me. He could probably look at it for another hour. But starting today is the 2nd. I figured from the 3rd on I'll be good to go on the moon for the rest of the month. There's that first 2 days that the moon is out that Mike has the advantage on the moon over me. But see, I can see east, south, and kind of west. We're looking kind of west right now. At least the kind of west to the point where it, if you look at a star chart, you'd know what I mean. See, the wind's settling down a little bit, so it's not as buffety. There's that pin cushion. And see how it waves in and out. That's natural. You're not going to ever change that. That is just the heat waves, the radiation waves, the cosmic radiation between here and the Earth and the moon. Now that right there was a little bit of wind. I'm telling you all this because if you're going to watch my videos and you see some wind and you wonder what the hell is that, you'll know exactly what it is. Old Bill ran into some wind. Now right there you can see the wind's blowing a little bit again, but if you settle it out, see, I can take this picture right here, waves and everything, and take about a minute worth of that. Just sit there with it a minute worth, in and out, good frames, bad frames, and different frames. Reggie Stack and AVI Stack will take those and figure out all the good ones and line them all up and make a really wonderful composite picture of everything. So you end up seeing more than you ever saw here. And it works. And I did it today. And it works. And I'm going to take some of the images tomorrow that I'm using, that I'm kind of hovering on deliberately. Let's just go over to the edge. Hadn't been there in a little bit. Just okay. Okay, look at that crater at the 2 o'clock position. And there's a little dot to the right of that at that crater's 4 o'clock position. See, if I did a Registack of all that, that would probably end up being a little crater, and it would become clear, and there might even be more of them that jump out. That's how you use the It takes some of the details that are obscured in your videography and makes them real, makes them clearer. This is a damn good camera. I mean, it's getting a really good picture. The camera Mike and I tested yesterday was one that I made that uses the lenses of that came with your scope. And with that camera, you can actually zoom. The advantage of using a camera like this, though, is you're taking advantage. That's a train, by the way. You're taking advantage of let's just go up a little bit and take a look at that crater right there. Isn't it neat to be able to watch this stuff in kind of real time? I think it's incredibly neat. There's our mountain with a hole again. See, I'll be watching the moon every night for a long time, and I'll never see that mountain again. Oh, now look at it. The mountain with a hole turns out to be a crater, and it's probably a moon base, guys. That's what it is. It's a moon base. So you can chalk that one up to being an alien base on the moon. No doubt about it. Okay. Let's go south again. And if you go down to the edge, a lot of people are saying that those craters down there change. They morph. There's the wind again. Some nights I come out here, the wind is just, I mean, it's just windy, windy, windy. And then other nights, it'll be dead calm, dead calm. Now those are going to be perfect nights for watching the stars. And with this particular telescope and that mount and the way it works, when I stop, I mean, like I stop moving that, it's continuing the track. See, that move is moving all the time, and it's rock steady, and it's good enough to doing photographs with and that's why, again, Mike and I got this. We had the same telescope. Ended up buying, it's an X-Star 8 SE, and it's equivalent to about a now you got to admit that is just that photo right there, that just blows me away. Surreal. Okay, let's continue going up while we do. I'm going to continue this as long as I can tonight. It's 9:35 p.m. and what will happen is as it crosses the edge of my house, it'll start getting darker, and then it'll just go away. I think, though, this is the first time I've taken my telescope out and looked at a you think you lose it, and you do. Well, I guess that's a good. I probably did. I think Yeah, it's we lost the moon on the edge of the house. Okay, guys, that's about it. A good first session though with the moon. I'm going to post this on YouTube in high def and make it unlisted for right now, so Mike and I can study it and understand what we're going to do and where we're going to go. Thanks for watching.